Hey guys, it's me. I am in Colorado right now. The lowest to highest route basically all complete. But yeah, I wanted to show you guys how I pack my pack because some people wanted to know how I do it. So yeah, there's the gear. Let's do it. So here's the backpack. The first thing I like to do is actually fold this extension collar area all the way, and then with my Z-Lite, so this is a foam pad from Thermarest, and like I said in the video before this, I cut some of the rectangles off and then I also rounded out the corners. So I go ahead and put this in like that, and then I open it kind of so it's flat. And then the sides, I like to also open them. Oh my god, this is so hard to show. But basically, it's like creating a space for everything else to go inside. Kind of like that, if that makes sense. So once that's in... Oh yeah, also on this trail, on the lowest to highest, I did not line my pack. What did I do? I had a trash bag. Wait, did I even have a trash bag? No, I didn't. So I actually had a rain poncho. Yeah, so my thoughts were I would just, if it rained, which it actually did, weirdly enough, I would just throw this like cheap plastic see-through rain poncho thing over my whole self, including the pack, and it worked out fine actually. So once that's in there, I start putting in my quilt. And I start with the foot box area. So I grab it like that. And then I just start shoving it in there. Someone had asked me why don't I have a, what's those things called? Compression sack for my sleeping bag. And it's basically just because I used to have compression sacks way back in the day. This was like years ago when I first got into camping. And I hated the process of shoving something into a compression sack. So that, and then two, it's just like an extra step that I don't want to have to do in the mornings when I'm packing up. So I don't really know like why you would want to do that. Plus, once I put this sleeping bag in here and I press it really well and then quickly start to shove everything else in there and then like tie the pack together, that is a way of compressing it for me. Yeah, just like one less step and one less thing to have to carry around. So once the sleeping bag is in there, I like to flatten down the pack. So I put it on its side like this. And I just like to flatten it a little bit, and of course the bag will kind of come up again, so then I push it down some more, and then it's just like this fun process, you know, just shoving. Alright, and then I like to grab my tent. Okay, so the Plexamid has like this, I don't even know what it's called, this hard flat thing, but I like to have that flat part up against like the back of the pack. So I put it in like this, shove it in there nice and good. So now everything with the sleeping bag and the tent is like up to here. But you can make it go down even more if you just keep on shoving. Once that's in there, I actually like to grab my clothing layers. So I'll start with my shirt or whatever. Yeah, this is the shirt. And I like to put it between the tent and the outside. I'm doing a terrible job at showing you guys, but so here it is. Like I like to keep it on this most outside part. So not on top of the shelter, but like on the face of it like that. And kind of distribute the weight, or distribute the thing. And then these are my base layer pants, and I like to do the same with that. So nothing is on top of the shelter, right? And then I just press it down a little bit. Then I like to grab my puffy. Oh wait, no, never mind. The food goes now. So I just put a bunch of bagels, avocados, a few dinners and snacks and things. On the lowest to highest, it was so good because I didn't have to pack more than 3 days worth of food, maybe like 3.5 at the most. And I always carry my food in a shopping bag. This one's just like a random one that I found in my house, but I usually like to get a hold of like a really heavy duty type of shopping bag. Some supermarkets have them. Can't name them out of the top of my head right now, but the one in Lone Pine, the only one grocery store in Lone Pine, has the best grocery bags ever because they're so thick and nice. Okay, so this is kind of the hard part, but it's nice having a shopping bag because you can kind of mold the shape into what you need it to be. So I kind of just start by putting the food like that. I think I'm just gonna do this so you guys can see. So yeah, and this bag is like ripping and falling apart because it's not heavy duty. But I like to just shove it in there. That's good. This is the really weird part, but I like to kind of dig a hole in the bag because that's where I like to fit my pot. So I've got my, my stove with a little lighter in there, and then the fuel, and then I just keep it together with a rubber band. So yeah, I've made a nice hole in there. I could actually take some of this food out, honestly, because I could put it in my fancy bottom for easy access. Anyway, I need to do that anyway, so okay, that's a pretty good amount. Maybe some Pedialyte and some more green powders. Now that the stove is in there, so I mentioned on my other video that this is so awkward, sorry, that I carry a pillow, or at least I did on this past trip, and I feel like I'm just gonna keep doing it because it's so comfortable to have a pillow. So I would actually put my pillow in here too, and my socks. So on this trail I had a pair of hiking socks and then 2 extras, and I would kind of change between all 3 pairs. So I just like to fit them in the food bag also. Alright, so now that's in there, right? That's when I put my puffy on top. Fold it kind of into the shape of what the Polante like body looks like, and just put it on there. Now I just undo the roll top. I don't ever actually clip. There's these 2 clips here. I don't ever clip them. I just kind of use them as a guide. I fold it over like this, and then I roll it down like that. And I put this on top. You got it. I'm actually gonna put this up higher a bit and show you the next step. So on this outside mesh, I like to put, so I've been carrying around like this little towel thing. It's like a microfiber towel from REI. It literally weighs nothing, but you can do so much with it. On the lowest to highs route, it was actually really nice to have this because I would soak it and just kind of wrap it around my neck. And it helps, it does wonders with the heat. So shove that in there. I've got a rolled up toiletry bag, so I put that in there. I got my tent stakes, and I shove that in there. This is really awkward. Okay, let me control myself here. So Nightcore sent this headlamp for me to try out on this trip, and I actually forgot it at home when I was packing for my flight and didn't realize it till I got to LA, and I was like so annoyed. So I put it in there, water filter, water bladder, my beanie, my Gossamer Gear bamboo spoon, and toilet paper. And I like to have a Ziploc of fresh toilet paper plus an empty one, like 1 or 2 that I just keep inside, and that's where I put all the dirty toilet paper. So you put that in there. I don't know why, but I carried this bug net on the lowest to highest. Use it for bugs, and you can put stuff in here at night and use it as like a second pillow. So you put that in there, and what else? Oh yeah, so fancy bottom. So I guess I'll go ahead and fill that with all that extra leftover food that I took out. Now, as far as water bottles, so what I did on the hike is I had 2 1-liter Smart water bottles. I'm going to use these 2 because they're pretty similar in width to the Smart water bottles. I had 2 in one side, like that. And then I had a wide, like a 1.5 liter Smart water bottle on the other side. So I'm using this random cranberry juice that I found. Oh my god, it's leaking. Okay, cool. That one went on this side. And I actually also had a really, like one of those 12-ounce, really flimsy, like thin plastic with a really thin cap. I don't have that, so I'm gonna use this little tiny bottle I found here, and this is like maple water. It's kind of random. You know what? I used to shove it in like that, like head down, because it was easier while I was hiking, and clearly it works again that way. So, oh, and then I had this umbrella. I would put it in one of these pockets. I forget which one, but in this one it fits pretty well. Actually, I would use this cord to hold it into place. So put it through the cord and then tie it like that. So I had a total of, what is it? 1, 2, 3.5, 4, a little bit over 4-ish liters of water capacity, like on the sides of my pack, and then I had my bladder, which I already put here in the mesh, and that's 2 liters, so a total of 6 liters. But because there was so much water everywhere and we cached a good amount, I actually never had to carry a lot. On the times that I did have to carry a lot and the pack was super heavy, I had a trick which actually helped out a lot with kind of distributing the load off of my shoulders, and I'll show you that in a second. But before I'm forgetting, I like to do the full get up. So I don't know if you know, but I did carry a fanny pack on this hike, and this one's from Cotopaxi. So right before the trip, I was like, I need a new fanny pack. So the one that I've always carried has been kind of a small one. It's by Hightail Designs, but it's not big enough for what I needed. So I was really excited when I ran into this one. So this is a 3 liter capacity, and it's super cute. So in here I had my camera, so my Canon M50, which I'm shooting with right now. I basically had all my electronics, which was really cool. So I had my camera, my RAV power battery bank, I had my microphone, the puffy microphone that I'm using right now to shoot this video with in there. I had my Joby Gorilla Pod, I think it's called. And then like my micro USB and my iPhone cable. And right now I just have it shoved with some other stuff to kind of simulate what it was like on the trail, right? All right, so the trick is that I put my fanny pack on. Kind of tighten it a good amount. And then I would pick up my pack. And right now it's actually pretty heavy because all those bottles I showed you, they're pretty full of water and then like all that food. So it's basically sitting on my fanny pack. So I like don't feel it at all on my shoulders. So how cool is that? I was so proud of myself when I figured this out. This fanny pack is awesome. There's just a lot of multi-use to it. You know, you have it to have all the contents in there, and on heavier days you can use it to help you actually carry the weight of the pack on your shoulders. Like I literally don't feel anything. This is weird. Like it feels like I'm wearing a hip belt, but with like the functionality of having all the contents in there, and it's not so like obtrusive like a regular hip belt is because it's pretty thin. And then when your pack is not heavy, like on your normal days, you just turn it back around and it's just like a normal fanny pack. See? It's really cool. I feel like going on a hike now. This is funny. All right, well, you guys know if you have any questions, leave them in the comments and I'll get to them as soon as I can. I think the next video is going to be,